I was walking by a guy one time, and he was smoking weed out of a Coors can in like the dead of winter, and he just yelled out to me, and he asked me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the RoommateTV podcast.
Today's guest stands at a towering height of 6'4". He was a high school valedictorian. He is now the University of Washington newspaper sales manager, and he is an avid origami enthusiast. Please welcome Preston Bingley.
The
Legend.
origami baby that stands above the rest.
Welcome.
Glad to be here. These hallowed grounds.
Did I get your height right? 6'4"?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Haven't measured in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I don't grow anymore. So yeah.
Good job.
Is that
Thanks.
is that something that is a flex? Being 6'4"?
I think other people see height as more of a flex than I do. Like,
Totally.
It's
just you.
You just do it.
You
just
You don't think about it. You just do it.
I definitely don't just think about, like, when I'm walking around, I'm taller than other people. Like,
You're walking around, I'm 6'4".
Yeah, it's definitely. It's more like other people point it out to me, and then I
Mm.
realize in pictures how much taller I am than other people.
Totally.
But I don't know. I'm not like, at least I'm not like, I don't know. I couldn't handle being like 6'8" or
Yeah.
taller, something like that.
Then it's just inconvenient.
Yeah, then you got to be hooping. If you're not
Yeah.
playing in the NBA,
You're doing
What are you
something
doing?
wrong.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna be harassing you about whether you play basketball or not. I mean, I get that, and I'm not like that.
Do you grow up playing any sports?
Yeah, I played like all kinds of sports like as a young kid because my parents wanted me to do everything. And I really loved basketball and football.
So you were hooping.
I was hooping. Yeah, I was hooping only until like middle of high school though, because the true love was skiing, and
Okay.
you can't really be committed to basketball and
Winter sports.
have any time to ski because this gets in the way. So
Mm.
the only thing I really did all the way through was track, which was dope.
There you go. What events did you do?
Hurdles.
Okay.
Yeah, I did both the hurdles events, and they were fun. They were good for me because I am not really like especially good at anything, and so it was a good mix of like I'm decent at sprinting, but not that good, and then I have long legs, so I get over the hurdles. So,
Right.
it kind of was like a good niche for me.
Yeah. Jack of all trades,
How'd you
master of none.
Didn't you go to regionals a couple times, or?
Yeah, and then absolutely, it still haunts me this day. Botched the race to get to state senior year.
And
Dang.
you could have made it, right? Did you have like a better PR than someone who did make it?
Yeah, well, I should like based on what my previous times were that year, I should have been the number 2 guy going.
Okay.
And I think 2 guys went. But I like had a weird. It wasn't even that my block slipped or anything. I just had a really weird start at the beginning of the race and botched it. And like if you get one weird step in a hurdles race, you're screwed.
Set
for the whole
behind. That's tough, man.
And is there in hurdles? Is there like a prelim and then a final, right?
Or yeah, since it's a short race, you'll have this was in the 110s, so it was the shorter one. So you'd have prelims one day that's a ton of people, and then it gets cut down from however many heats that is, I don't even remember, down to 1 heat. So then the finals race is like really exciting because then it's one shot, and you got it's a 15-second, 14-second, if you're really fast in high school, 13-second something race. And so it's like one shot.
How tall are? No, go ahead.
If you mess up at all, though, that's your one shot. Like with like long jump and triple jump, you get like 6 tries or something.
Yeah, the real Juru
The real Joe
was talking about it.
Our last
yeah.
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, was he a triple jumper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won state in 2A.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's dope. Triple jump is a sick event.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very elaborate. How tall are the hurdles?
I don't remember the exact height. I don't want to get this wrong, but I think it's 39 inches for high school 110s, and I think in college it's 42, but I could be off on that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Either way, decently high.
Yeah.
So what was? Tell them a bit about yourself. Do you grow up in Spokane?
I grew up in Moscow, Idaho.
Okay.
Go Vandals. First words are go Vandals.
Yep.
And then we moved to Montana, and I lived there for a little while before we moved to Spokane. But Spokane's the place to be.
Where at in Montana?
Billings. So like people hear Montana and think of like cool mountains and Glacier or Yellowstone or whatever. But I was in the worst part of Montana.
Just like flat there.
Yeah.
Farming.
Like Minecraft super flat is what it's like.
Brutal.
And, yeah, there's nothing. In the summers, it's just hot and no lakes or anything
no water
to do about it. So
Sheesh.
yeah, it was not the greatest place, and I was really glad when we moved here. But yeah, I mean, Spokane's the best place I've been besides, I guess, Seattle now. So.
Yeah, definitely. How old were you when you guys moved over here?
I was
7th, or wait, was it 6?
Yeah, it was sixth grade. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good time because you like have time to make, you know, like lifelong friends.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. That's the like when I have kids, I want to do things that way, like make sure that they can go through, even if they move around during elementary school, make sure they can go through middle school and high school in the same place.
That's the most important part.
That's when you really build those relationships.
Yeah. And also, I mean, we were really lucky with Mount Spokane. What I don't know, like I've heard from other people that Mount Spokane is like not like non-traditional in the way that it isn't as cliquey and isn't as hierarchical as high schools and like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Is Meade more like the typical high school you see in movies and stuff?
Yeah, I would say, and I've noticed that from you guys too at Mount Spokane, is that like everybody's chill with everybody, you know, everybody's just like on the same level.
Spokane class of 2018 was
gang. Yeah.
We're the best.
But yeah, I would say at Meade it's definitely very stereotypical, just like cliquey, like kind of hierarchy. Meade sucks. Well, I don't know. It was all right. It was good, but I would say that Mount Spokane, at least your guys' experience seems pretty dope compared to Meade.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that lately because I was talking to someone who was talking about how she's a teacher, and she was talking about how like teachers flock to Mount Spokane because of Mr. Nelson. And so that was making me wonder if Mr. Nelson is the reason why Mount Spokane is like
I wouldn't be surprised.
Interesting.
Mr. Nelson is such a beast.
Is he the principal or?
He is the world's best principal.
That's
man.
dope.
Like, he's so dope.
He's got the coffee cup that says it too. Prove it.
No, he's not like that though, you know?
He doesn't want to flex.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
He's one of those people who like you just want to be more like them.
Yeah.
Because I think he knew every kid's name.
Oh, that's awesome.
Literally
every
everyone.
kid.
Dang. We had a guy like that. His name's Mr. Vaughn. He's a legend, super good Christian dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, just great guy. He was our Mr. Nelson, I guess.
Yeah. What's their principal's name? Naslin.
Naslin.
Right?
Mr. Naslin. He used to be at Mount Spokane.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a cool guy. He would always say his like saying was like, "You belong at Meade High School." And it like everybody just hated it.
Ours was dignity, class, and respect, the Wildcat way.
Hey, it's all about respect.
Those things are like I could like if a new principal had come to Mount Spokane partway through and started saying dignity, class, and respect.
Right, they'd be like, "Who is this guy?"
Forced.
Yes.
But with Nelson, it just works.
And
it was usually Mr. Preston actually who said it.
And we also started out doing it from the beginning, but I could see how if like a new principal came in and started forcing something like that,
it did feel very forced.
Yeah.
And then we had like we had a teacher, Mr. Perez. He was like hooking up with a student, like cheating on his pregnant wife.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And he's going to prison now, right?
Yeah, I don't know the status of it now, but I do know that he got convicted of it.
Damn.
It was weird too because the girl, and this is all like what I've heard from other people, but the girl apparently like didn't want it to stop or anything. Her friends like reported it, and she was like not stoked like that it had to stop.
Yeah. Damn, that's tough.
Allegedly, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I heard that his wife's still with him though.
Damn.
So that's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I would say she's a champ, but honestly, I think she should.
She's a simp.
She should. Yeah. She can do better. I don't care who she is. She can do better.
I had him though, and he was a dope guy. I mean, minus that, but he was. I liked him.
Wow.
But
rough. Was there like a legendary teacher at Meade? Or was that Mr. Vaughn?
Mr. Vaughn was dope. He was a counselor. Yeah. other than him, none really. We had one teacher. His name was Mr. Butler. He was like our video teacher and like graphic design and stuff like that, stuff like this. And he was super dope. We would always. I took him for like photography and like graphic design and like he was cool. But other than that, pretty average.
Yeah.
So before we started the podcast, we were showing you the trip we went on yesterday with the homeless guy.
Lloyd.
That man.
I was just going to talk about your Instagram, because on your Instagram you take a lot of pictures in like the streets and stuff with like people. So just tell us a little bit about that maybe.
Yeah. I don't take it real seriously. It's more just something I do for fun as like a creative outlet, not as something I'm trying to make into something. But for a long time, I've been super into street photography, which is just I guess broadly defined as like candid photos of people taken on the streets or just in general life. It doesn't have to be on the street, but and so I really am into that. I used to do a little bit more of, I think what you were kind of leading into, Dayton, which is like sitting down with people, talking to people who I meet on the street and getting to know them a little bit more and taking like a posed portrait of them. And that's fun.
I remember seeing those.
Yeah. It's fun. It's really fun to get to know people like that. I just don't love those pictures as much. So I've moved away from it a little bit. But I got to know like some. Obviously, it often ends up being homeless people, not because I was like shooting to find homeless people, but because they're hanging out on the streets and they'll just like start talking and stuff.
Totally.
Like I was walking by a guy one time and he was smoking weed out of a Coors can in like the dead of winter, and he just yelled out to me, and he asked me to take his picture and stuff. I was carrying my camera, and that happens a lot. Like you wouldn't believe how much that happens. And so I sat down with him and talked to him for like 15 minutes, and it's just like it's just cool to get to know people that way, and then have a photo of them to
kind of remember
it. But mostly now I do just candid stuff.
Cool.
Kind of walking around with my camera and just snapping pictures of people. There's like a really long history of street photography going back. Kind of started in New York, and it's just gone sort of everywhere. Some of the most important like historical photographers ever were street photographers, because it kind of blends into like journalistic photography.
Okay. Yeah, my brother Christian's really into that stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's cool too, like with the homeless people thing, or just talking to people like that, because you really see like different perspectives of life and like different outlooks. Like even with like Lloyd yesterday, like just the things like for example, we told him we can go anywhere we want to eat, anywhere, like Texas Roadhouse, like Red Robin, whatever, and he wanted to go to Wendy's, and it like blew his mind that we were going out to eat at Wendy's, and I'm sitting here in like $100 Lulu shorts, like, dude, just feeling like a scumbag.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I know what you mean for sure. It's easy to feel guilty about that stuff.
Right.
Also, I wonder how much of his hype about Wendy's was about the fact that you guys are sitting down with him to have it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like there have been times where I've like handed a guy, that was the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
That's a cool picture.
What?
Can you pop that up?
If
I'll put it on there.
Okay,
sweet.
Cool.
That's a dope picture, man.
The other guy you showed actually wasn't, as far as I could tell. I mean, I can't judge for sure, but I don't think he was homeless. He just had dope beard, and so I told him his beard was really cool, and asked if I could take a picture, and he said yes. But like the people often those people like ask for money, and if I'm sitting down talking to them and getting to know them and stuff, I'm not gonna like tell them no, afterward. And or sometimes like I've bought them food and stuff, which is, I'm not like, not to toot my own horn, obviously, like that's what you should do if you're gonna sit down and like talk to someone. That's what you should do. But I think that like the excitement that they had about that wasn't anywhere near what Lloyd had, and I feel like that was partly because he was chilling with you guys and adventuring and stuff.
Totally, it's really cool, just to see the like pure joy, and just like taking the time, like it's not, to us it's not a big deal to go buy a couple hamburgers. Like we're fortunate enough, so it's like we can totally do that more often, and it like means the world to these people, and like it's mind blowing to them. So it's a cool thing. Like I'd be interested to do it more. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. I can't wait for that video to come out. It's gonna be fun.
So do you still do that over in Seattle? I bet there's a lot of opportunity for that over there.
Definitely, yeah. I was really scraping the bottom of the barrel in Spokane, trying to walk around and take candid pictures of people on the street. So it's a lot. It's a lot more exciting in Seattle. I'm also a little bit more intimidated in Seattle to walk up to people, just because there are more areas that are actually a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to, even though my intentions are good, I don't want to just put myself into a situation where I would come off as going into it for the wrong reasons with privilege and stuff. So
that's fair.
There have been some people who have asked for their pictures, but for the most part, it's more candid stuff. But yeah, it's exciting there. I just wish I could have been there to see the protests and stuff.
It's crazy over there.
Because the Spokane ones were like really cool and inspiring to be a part of, but from a picture standpoint, the Seattle one was crazy.
Unreal. Yeah. Yeah, and you guys went and checked out the Chaz City, didn't you, briefly? Drove by it? Or?
We just drove by it. I wish we went in. It looked,
crazy, man.
Obviously it kind of devolved into something else, but it was, when we were there, and we just kind of sat outside of it, like by the barricades, and just looked in, and it was indistinguishable from a farmer's market. It looked like a hippie commune. Like people were just hanging out, selling stuff. Except for that there was graffiti everywhere. But aside from that, like the vibe of it was really, really positive, it seemed like. But we were with, George and I were in Seattle doing that, and we were with some ladies who were told by their fathers that they were not allowed to go. So, so we had to
understandably, I suppose.
Yeah.
Might have got a little sketchy in
hindsight, their dads were probably right.
We got George Johnson in the audience watching, studio audience.
George, the clap sign's up.
Big man. The collab
laugh
react
sign
on Zoom.
Laugh sign's up there. That's not gonna top Troy's laugh, but we'll work on it.
Troy's laugh was insanely.
His was good.
Troy's talented at sounds.
Yeah, he really is, bro.
Yeah.
Like
remembering every movie quote.
Yeah. So was Lloyd. Lloyd knew his dude. Lloyd.
He knew his movie quotes.
He knew his movie quotes. Big time.
And
he loved his cars. He freaking loved Fast and Furious. And he quoted that movie like all throughout the day. And then I kind of had a moment from that movie. Like, there's a scene in like one of the earlier movies, and they're like street racing, and then like the cops break it up, and Dom, he like pulls into a parking garage, like stashes his car there, and he's walking out of the parking garage, and you know what I'm talking about? A cop drives by him and then like flips around and chases him. Yeah. And that's like literally like the same thing as when I walked out of the parking garage.
Dude, you're building the hype for this video big time.
Hey, you gotta go check it out.
We don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, true.
You won't want to go watch, but you got to see it. It's gonna be our best video yet for sure.
Easily.
Now you have a little sneak peek.
What I was saying when they were showing me clips, I said it could have been 4 videos. There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. Maybe it will be. I don't know.
Maybe we should make it like a part 1, part 2.
2-parter.
That's the move. I think
it's not a bad idea.
We knock out 2 videos in one.
Yeah, because it's a lot to cram into one.
Yeah, it'll be a long video if we do one. So
yeah, it's like more. I feel like there's more happening in that than in any of the other videos besides maybe the hockey fight and kissing the MILF.
Yeah, that one was a doozy too.
But there's like 3 separate things that happen in this one. There's I'm not gonna give it away, but you'll just have to see.
You know, we could take the middle part of that video and the prank we did a while back at our apartment and put those into one video.
Oh,
because those are 2 like kind of random pranks.
What prank? The one with Amanda?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
I don't think I know about this one.
We'll have to show you it after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, I was gonna ask you. So you're the UW newspaper manager. I don't know what your official title is, but tell us a little bit about that.
I was last year. I started working at Chipotle with George actually.
Hey,
and I thought it'd be pretty cool. Thought it'd be like working the line and stuff, talking to people. And they put me on dish duty, closing shift every time I worked. Every time I was just doing dish duty for the day. And so that sucked, but it made me apply for this job that ended up being, this new job that I have that I've stuck with the last couple of years. And I just work at the campus newspaper at UW, and I work in the advertising department, so I don't write or anything. But I kind of came in at the right time where someone was leaving, a few people were leaving, and I stuck around. And so I ended up being in a good position to become the manager of the department. And so I actually have a co-manager. I work with her as well. Part of that's because I am here for the summer. And so, yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not like I don't have all that much to say about it, I guess, but it's a blast, and I get to. It feels like a grown-up job, sort of, just because I have a lot of freedom and stuff. I make my own hours, and I have like clients I have to manage and stuff.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's fun. I've like never dreaded going to work, which I can't say about any of my other high school or college jobs. So
yeah, that's awesome. Between you and George, you guys are just making moves there at UW.
Yeah, it's worked out. Yeah.
So is that something that you might want to continue in some sort of avenue later on in life, or just part-time, or like for now thing?
So I guess the best way I would describe that job is it's a sales job. It's like sales manager. And I don't think I want to go into sales.
Right.
Just because it starts to feel pretty cyclical. I'm not doing like complex sales, like selling software or something something big that's like a big sale. It's lots of little sales. So I'm sure it would be more enjoyable in like a real job. But I'm thinking that like more and more over the past year or so, I've started leaning more and more toward wanting to go to law school and potentially be a public prosecutor.
Yeah.
Just because it's the way the criminal justice system works, as far as I understand it, is that public prosecutors have gotten to the point where they have almost absolute power over the sentencing process and over whether a kid caught on the street with weed in a state where it's not legal is gonna, go to jail or do community service or go to some other program, And so
you can have a big impact on somebody's life.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now that's a problem because the prosecutor is, has so much power that they can just push a crazy sentence on someone for something small. But that also has the other side of the coin, like you said. Like I could have a positive impact because I'd be in a position where I have a lot of power over that. So criminal justice system is something that seems really important to me and that I've cared about a lot. And so I can definitely see myself doing that.
That's awesome. That's right up. I'm interested in that too because I'm majoring in criminal justice.
Yeah.
And law school, it's definitely something I've thought about too. It's just tough, man. Like
I know, it's daunting.
It's very daunting. Like I've thought about it and I'm just like, and this shouldn't be a reason that I don't do it, but it's just like, man, that's just tough.
No, absolutely, I'm with you. It's definitely something you want to be sure you want to do.
Exactly. You have to be motivated.
And because otherwise you're burning money and time.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
What if you were to go to law school? What would you imagine? What would you want to practice? Do you think?
I have no idea. I haven't thought that far into it. I've just kind of dabbled with the idea.
What if you didn't? What if you graduated with the criminal justice degree and decided to go without?
Go without law school?
Yeah.
I've got a couple things I'm looking at. Maybe Border Patrol. Okay. Just because it's like an easy in to work yourself up in like government agencies.
Oh yeah.
And then like
do you want to get into intelligence at some point or something?
Possibly. I think like
he wants to be a gambling buster.
Yeah, actually there's a job I found.
Switch sides.
Yeah, it's like the gambling commission.
Oh,
and you literally go into casinos and they give you money and you just gamble all day. And you just kind of are like doing surveillance.
Yeah.
But you're just looking normal,
Trying to see if the casino's like
doing illegal stuff or like stacking the deck or like just doing sketchy stuff. So I think that could be a dope
Nevada Gaming Commission.
Yes.
What was the base
there's a Washington one too.
For that?
It was like 80 or 90K.
That's
starting out.
Just
like
gamble, like that'd be so sick.
Too bad. The unfortunate thing is you don't get to keep your winnings if you do good.
As much as a rush.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because then it's like kind of gambling. Not for real money because it's no matter how you do you're not but I think you could get really good say at like poker and then when you're off work you could go make some money.
But damn, you would have to get really good to be able to play a game and look like you're actually focusing on it.
Exactly.
And at the same time have an eye on everyone around you.
Yes. But so that could be cool. Or another thing that I've always Been interested in it could be like I don't know why, but drugs like really interest me.
You like drugs?
I love drugs. Yeah. But
Shane has never done a drug actually.
I have
It's
not.
a fact.
Nope. But yeah, like
like I haven't either, and fascinating, especially like
it's
psychedelic
interesting.
stuff.
Yeah. I know like we were talking a little while back about like DMT and stuff. Like that stuff's insane.
That was a funny conversation.
Bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think DEA could be super cool. Just being like undercover, like doing like drug buys and stuff, and I figure that way I could maybe keep my hair.
Yeah.
Fit in,
You like the undercover stuff?
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Or I've been looking into like military a little bit as kind of a fallback, but
yeah,
we'll see where God takes me, man. I'm open minded.
Dude, yeah. It seems like military or border patrol, you could do either of those and then pick your path from there.
Exactly. Yeah. Because they're kind of gateways to
you won't need to do any of it. Our YouTube's gonna blow up.
Hey,
be rich.
hopefully
Gonna buy a YouTuber mansion and start selling merch.
Yes. We I had a good merch idea earlier. It was something about Lloyd, but I can't think of it now.
Hopefully Lloyd goes viral and we can monetize him.
Yes,
if we ever go big because of Lloyd, we're gonna give
hook him up. Yes, bro.
Lloyd's
buy him a house.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, we have to.
Yes, buy him on
We've got to do it. Yeah. We're going to get him one of the franchisee.
Dude, that would be a problem. Just make him in charge of it.
Dude. Dude, we should have. You know how they have those little keychain things where you get a free Frosty every time you go for Wendy's? Yeah. We should have hooked him up with one of those.
How much does one of those cost?
I have no idea.
Never even heard of that.
How much?
You might have to purchase something.
That's not bad. Oh, you mean every time to get a free one? But I mean, I'm sure.
We should just bring him a Frosty sometime.
Every day.
Like every once a week, just bring him a Frosty.
That'd be cool. Keep in touch with him.
Well, we're gonna do another video with him.
Yeah, we wanna. Wait, should we keep it a surprise?
Yeah, let's keep it a surprise.
All right. Well, we've got some stuff coming.
This reminds me of the plan to be the Bridge Boys every Friday. Except this will actually happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Damn.
So what is your future looking like? What are your goals? What are you looking to get into?
That's
a big question.
I mean, yeah, that's like the ultimate question. That's the question of life right now. Being in college and stuff. I think I could see myself starting out. I don't know. I guess I just want to see where I could go with business stuff because that's what I'm studying in school right now. And I do think some of that stuff's really cool. I've really liked being involved in business type things through my job right now. But I really think that my passion, the thing that I love and I would feel fulfilled and excited about every day is law.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's kind of the big question is like whether I should see where things take me in the business world after school or whether I should just go straight to law school and see what happens from there.
Either way, I think it'd be a good move.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I just hope to God we don't have another recession or whatever.
Yeah.
I was watching this video the other day about how like people who graduated from college in 2009 and 2010, right after the recession and stuff, are permanently set back from people who graduated a couple years early just because instead of going straight into a white collar job that's in their career path, they went to grab a job in the grocery store or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were just like one step back and they're trying to catch up forever. And then now those people are in their 30s and they just got hit with this.
That's tough, man, for that generation.
Yeah. So
hopefully that doesn't happen to us.
I mean, this is obviously going to have an effect on the economy. It has to.
Right.
I mean,
it already is.
I'm no expert on it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like as far as getting jobs, I think it's the simplest way to look at it.
And good jobs.
Yeah.
Not just, starting out jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Not just taking what you can get.
Exactly. Yeah. So, well, I think that with law, I think that there'll always be a need for it, regardless of recession or not.
Yeah.
And I think that you can definitely land a good job regardless.
Yeah, I hope so, because that's, like you were saying, that's a lot of debt.
Speaking of COVID, though, you had COVID about when
Yeah.
did you get it? 2 weeks ago or something?
Yeah, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Today was when I first started experiencing symptoms.
Okay. What were your symptoms?
It was really chill for me.
Seems like for a lot of people.
In our age group and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was exposed to it big time because I was around our friend Dylan, who I worked out with him in a tiny confined little gym 3 days in a row, and then also worked in the office with him 3 days in a row. So I got a fat dose of it, and so I was worried that the symptoms would get worse. But I just had muscle aches, it was weird because my legs were killing me, and I was complaining to my girlfriend that I kept stretching and my legs were still tight and I couldn't sleep and stuff. She was like, well, is that like a COVID thing? And then I looked it up and it was.
You looked it up. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that, because now I've been hearing from everyone that's like something they had. So, the more you know. And then I had like tiny bit of a sore throat, but I felt good. I felt so good, actually, that I was trying to work out every day.
Good.
And then every day I would, be feeling kind of ambitious because I'd be sitting around feeling like I wasn't doing anything.
Right, you want to do something.
All right, let's like put together a workout. So I typed up notes on my phone of a workout I could do in the garage. And then I would get like 3 exercises in and have to lay on the floor for an hour. So
jeez, you're just easily fatigued.
Yeah, and I didn't feel fatigued during the day, but I had nothing in the tank.
So you didn't feel like bad at all until you started working out, or?
Yeah, exactly. Like I felt like I could go do my normal work. Nothing would have told me that I would have feel bad if I started working out. But as soon as I started doing it, it was like the world was spinning.
When that started happening, did you keep working out every day until that point, or?
I did for a few days, and then I realized that I was probably just slowing down my recovery doing that.
Yeah,
because I was like,
that's fair.
Like taking it out of myself. Like I felt like I had just run a race or something. And so I didn't for a little while. So that was also kind of chill because I had a good excuse to not work out.
Yeah. So then you chilled out for 2 weeks. And here we are. You're good now. That was pretty much all of it.
Yeah, totally good. And it's been kind of weird to be like part of the special few, or I guess it's not really a few anymore, who's got the antibodies, as far as I know.
True.
Because I still am worrying about it. Like when I go out in public and stuff, I'm still gonna wear my mask because it's the ordinance. So. But even still, I'm like, I find myself worrying that I have it and I'm passing it to people, and I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm good.
It's not something I need to worry about.
Yeah. When you came back to being around people, did it feel kind of weird after being isolated for so long?
It didn't feel super weird. Just because honestly, like the 6-week isolation that we did in March, starting in March, was way more serious.
Gruesome.
So gruesome is a great word for it. So when I came back last week, it was not really much different.
Totally.
The only real thing was that I was sort of terrified that the doctors were wrong and I didn't have to quarantine for only 10 days and I was actually still going to be passing it to my family and stuff, because they stayed away from me for the entire week because they didn't want to get it. But as far as I can tell, it didn't pass to him. So
that's good.
It seems like
and that's kind of the opposite of a lot of people. You're worried about you feel like you should have done it longer, but most people are like, I got to be done with this.
It's a mix. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's easy to worry about it once you're out living life. It's much harder to stay committed to it when you're actually by yourself. Also.
Yeah, and I know like Dayton, he was quarantining for a while because he thought he was exposed to it.
Oh baby.
And Dayton, I hung out with him.
I haven't heard about your quarantine. I didn't get an update from you. When you get back to the mic, you gotta tell us about it.
Yesterday we hung out and he was like, "Man, it feels so weird to be around people again."
Yeah. Was it a full 10 days for you?
Yeah, it's full 10 days.
Gotcha.
I just kind of worked on just random stuff, just did work stuff, and then researched for something I'm trying to do. So yeah.
You got a good chance to be really productive during it.
Yeah, pretty much. I just sat right in this spot the whole time, basically.
There you go. That was kind of how I did it too. I work remotely anyway, so I did that, and then I got around to doing this Excel certificate thing that was the most boring thing I've ever done in my life, but it's over.
I got those
Yeah,
questions out because I wanted to call Dylan, but I don't know if he'll pick up right now. I texted him. We'll see.
Do we want to call somebody else too?
Sure.
Did we put Troy's phone call in the last one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to call him because his connection's always bad.
Yeah, he's probably watching conspiracies.
Using all that bandwidth. What about Micah?
Yeah, dude, what's up with Micah?
He's in Minnesota.
Yeah. Just for fun, or what do you go over there for?
His family's there or something.
Huh.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, he told me he was visiting family, but they stopped in Minneapolis and saw the George Floyd Memorial and stuff, which looked wild.
I saw that. It looked crazy. A lot going on over there.
Should we call then Micah? I mean, it's later there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is 2 hours.
But
later.
Micah's always
So
up
it's
late
like
too.
1:20.
Micah's an animal, but he's with his family, so I don't know if that still applies.
Yeah.
What about Blake? He's up, I'm sure.
Dude, let's talk to Blake about meeting Justin Bieber.
Yes, there we go.
I wanted to have him on the podcast to talk about it. We can.
Oh, okay.
Let's save that. Let's save
Blake, our friend Blake, he met Justin Bieber last night and was kind of chilling with him.
Literally just talked face to face with Justin Bieber and his wife
in Coeur d'Alene.
But you'll hear more about that on the next episode.
Tune in on that one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick. Who else we got on the dial?
I don't know. I'll find someone. You guys just keep talking.
You give Braden a ring.
Braden, do you think?
No, he's in Indiana. He's also later. He's in Central Time too.
Damn.
Man, everyone's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
So, are you with Corona? I know George is going back to live in the house this fall. Are you going back too?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
And all my classes are online right now, so it looks like with how heinous our internet is at the house, I'm probably just gonna be living at the office of the newspaper.
Totally.
Doing class and work there all day, every day. So it's gonna be gnarly on the weekdays, but
grind.
I mean, the stay at home in the spring was enough for me. I don't need more.
Yeah, you gotta get back, have some fun.
How was that for you? How was staying at home for the spring?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really stay at home too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I tried not to do too much crazy stuff. I just spent a lot of time outdoors trying to get early in at the lake and stuff.
Yeah.
Travel a little bit, but it wasn't too bad for me. I didn't really like just sit at home and do nothing too much. And plus I was working a lot, so I didn't really have a choice to not be out doing stuff.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, cause we were super busy.
Yeah.
Cause everybody's home.
Way up.
Just ordering pizza.
Yeah.
So
I wish I would have gotten on the Uber Eats grind back then. That would have made bank.
It's good money. Even still, like it's not too late. My buddy Sean, he's doing it in North Dakota right now, which they don't even, they don't even have a lot of people there, but he's been making bank doing it.
I started doing it the other night actually.
Oh, nice.
And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to predict. I made bank my first night, and then I actually did it tonight for a few hours, and it was not quite as good. So it really depends on, you really just pray for someone to give you a fat tip.
Yes.
And that makes the world difference.
And it's, in Spokane, it's almost not popular enough, because I've had times I used to do it a little bit, and you sit there and you're just not getting any orders.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched and I started doing like regular Uber, and I did that for a few months, and that was really good. Like I would make like 150, like $200 a night doing it from like 10 p.m. until like 2, 3 a.m.
Okay, damn.
Like on weekends, like bar closed and stuff. But I had one girl throw up in my backseat, and that really sucked.
How much is that worth? What is the? How do you quantify that?
Yeah, it was kind of worth it because I reported it to Uber, and within like the hour, Uber sent me like I think it was like $250 or $300.
Do you have to prove that to Uber?
Yeah, I had to send pictures of it.
What if you just like?
Whoa.
If you just you totally could.
Yeah.
And they transferred me like I think $250 or $300. I forget.
Wow. I'd say that's
worth it. It was worth it. And plus I made however much money from the drive too. So I remember it was like the drive and everything took me like 15-20 minutes. If you count cleaning out my car, maybe like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I made like with the drive I made like $330 something in like 45 minutes, I guess, if you count cleaning it.
Gosh.
So it sucked, but it was low-key kind of worth it.
That does not suck, bro. That is amazing. I would pay someone to throw up in my car
Honestly.
to get that. They are... I don't understand how Uber just keeps throwing money away.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know, because I would imagine that happens pretty frequently.
Yeah, you hear about people throwing
out
up
of
Ubers
all the whole
time.
country. Yeah.
It's like a theme. That's a common... That's weird,
Yeah.
man.
Well, and I thought I was going to get more, too, because the girl... Or her boyfriend felt really bad, and he was like, "Yo, like, what's your Venmo, bro?" I took him out to Fairchild. They were in the Air Force, so they were nice.
Okay.
They were nice and stuff. And he's like, "I'll Venmo you some money, man. Like, I feel bad," but he never did. Which, it is what it is. I got enough. So,
man, that's tough. I think the rule should be if you don't want to Venmo someone, you should not say you're going to, and
makes sense.
because saying you're going to and not doing it, I think, is worse than not doing it.
Not offering
at all.
Yeah. Because then you don't like expect it or even have it in your head that you're gonna get this money.
Yeah, it's more painful to think you're gonna get it and not get it.
Yeah, it could have been a thing where like, I mean, they're pretty drunk, so maybe he just didn't remember in the morning. Or
there's a lot of Venmo etiquette.
There is. It's, dude, I always get these like, this is kind of off track, but I always get these DMs on Instagram from these like weird old lady accounts saying like, "I'll be your sugar mama," like stuff like that, and I'm always like, interesting, but they always, I'm like they want your bank information. I'm like, why can't you guys just use Venmo? Like, that's like sketchy. You're gonna steal my money.
I found someone and they're ready for us to call them.
Okay.
Who is it?
It's Jalen.
Oh, okay, dope.
All right.
Oh shoot, we got it here. You take half.
She
I'll
might
take
be
half.
at she might be at Peyton and Elizabeth's house right now still. We're asking her 2 questions.
Right, one each.
This one's a yes or no question. This one's hard.
Yes or no? That's lame.
How to use the family dinner box of questions. Okay.
Dayton, where did you get these questions?
My mom just had them.
Interesting.
She gave them to me.
Thank you, Cammy.
Shout out.
Hello?
Jalen, what's up?
Not much.
What are you up to?
Oh, I just picked up some zips for my friends sitting in the parking lot of a fine establishment.
Are you still hanging out with the Gonzaga girls?
Yeah,
okay.
Not Peyton though. Peyton went to bed.
Gotcha.
But all the Gonzaga girls are here with me.
Cool. Well, we have some questions for you. Shane,
if
you
can
ready?
find
I'm
some.
ready.
I'm still looking.
Okay,
Do you
I
have
can start.
one ready? Yeah,
all right,
go
Jalen.
for it.
What is one thing you want to do before the year ends?
The year ends.
Yeah.
Probably go skydiving. I've been thinking about that a lot
Wow.
lately.
You got to do it.
This year's the year?
Yeah, I feel like this year's the year.
Cool. I
Cool.
highly recommend it. Go to West Plains skydiving in Vittsville.
Lit.
Unless you want to go somewhere like with a cooler view, because it's kind of dust.
I don't know.
But it's cheap.
Dude, imagine doing it like Jackson, Wyoming or something.
Oh,
so you're
man.
over the mountains.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sully.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I almost did it in San Diego, and that would have been dope,
That'd be
but I didn't. So that's
if
kind
you
of
could see the water and stuff, that'd be sweet.
yeah. But yeah, you got to do it. Next question. This kind of obviously this isn't your biggest fear, but what is your biggest fear?
Well, I don't.
Did we lose her?
Did we lose her?
I think we might have.
Oh shoot.
Rip, I guess we'll never know.
Well, yeah. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, you're just gonna have her on the podcast. Find out. Tune in for episode.
I saw
2 episodes from now.
I saw a question. It was what was the best job, and it's obviously Guardian Mortgage. So.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I wasn't gonna ask her. Dayton, are you? Oh,
Calling her back.
calling her back.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out
Hope so.
if she picks up.
Hello?
Hey.
What happened?
I don't know. I stopped hearing you guys.
Huh.
I stopped
Okay.
hearing you.
Well, next question. Kind of basic. What is your biggest fear?
Oh.
Not skydiving or heights, obviously.
No.
Probably not.
I think my biggest fear, this is kind of like deep, but would be like not making a difference. Like ending my life and then just having no impact on the world would probably be.
It's a good one.
Dang.
Inspiring.
What
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to dig too deep on that, or else it'll be a really hard question to
I was
answer,
gonna say, like, what is the difference that you want to make?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know. I feel like I try to live my life very sustainably. You know, I only shop at I only shop secondhand. All of my clothing at this point pretty much is.
I think
Did we lose her again?
Lost her again?
We lost her again.
Dang.
Rip.
That's tough.
Well, good for you, Jalen. That's pretty
I'm
neat.
sure there was more coming. I'm sure there was a lot more coming.
Well, maybe we'll have her on sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah. Was there anything else that you had in store for this podcast, Dayton?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. All right, man. Well, that was Preston.
Yes, sir.
Go
Big
follow
beauty.
him on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Check out his photography.
It's just Preston Bingley.
Just
awesome.
Preston Bingley?
Yeah, just
check
first
him
name,
out.
last name.
Check
Nothing
out
else.
the
You're
UW
lucky.
newspaper
Yeah.
too.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, go read
Are
the...
there a
read
lot
the
of Dayton
newspaper.
Hammonds out there?
There is... Dayton Hammond is taken, so I have Dayton Hammond
Really?
underscore.
Dude, that's tough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Every now and then I check to see if I could get just Preston.
Dude,
But
that'd be...
dope.
Some
that's
bot has it, dude. He's not even cool. He's just like some guy who has a decent first job out of college or something and paid for it. So lame.
I'd be curious about. I want to try to do that actually.
I swear most of the people who have those names don't even use Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just inactive.
That's the thing.
It's
Yeah.
like some grandpa who got Instagram in 2010.
When it first came out. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Back then, nobody was on it, so you could get them.
Yeah.
Now it's so saturated
I think they've cleared a lot of those out though, so that people can still get
that
them
are like
and then
not
sell
used.
them to other people and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the industry now.
But yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Like and subscribe.
Good night, babies.